Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, A Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be Scarlett and Cham, two North Americans going at it here on Gresvan from Katowice 2023. Top left, going to be Scarlett, the Canadian, and in the bottom right, going to be Cham. He is from Mexico. I played against Cham in a 3v3 a couple of months ago, and surprisingly enough, he pretty much handled our team all by himself. So, that's what it's like to go up against a professional in a team game. The memories. We've got Terra the Overlord moving out here, checking just for, I don't know, not proxies, maybe a proxy hatch? Again, Terra the Overlord merch available at falconpaladin.store. Goodbye, Terry. We hardly knew ye. Okay, well, both players going hatch first here. No pool for shenanigans, which is very, very common in ZVZ. Just going a hatch first in ZVZ requires a certain level of bravery and fortitude mentally to be like, okay, I can do this. If there's a 12 pool here, I can handle it. My pool will be coming. It'll be later than the 12 pool, but it'll show up in time to save my hatch, especially here on Gresvan, which is a big long-distance rush map, right? So if you want to rush, you got to go what? You got to up this way, down that ramp, up this ramp, across that way, down that ramp, up this ramp, and then across and then over. It's a long way for speedlings to go. And that's actually one of the reasons this map, I had a conversation with Character. You might recognize the name from my Beast of the Hill videos that I've been posting. But he's like a Masters level random player, and he says that, yeah, on Gresvan, you can actually go Nexus first against a Zerg pool first and be pretty much fine. Because the rush distance is so far, you can actually get Nexus first and then hard wall with a forge and a gateway, get a cannon there, and get it shut down before the Lings can actually bust through that first building. So, yeah, Gresvan, an interesting map that way. The long rush distance makes it good for macro-style games, which is kind of what we're seeing here. Although, look, is any ZVZ really, truly a macro-style game? No. There's going to be an attempt by somebody to kill the other Zerg player here in the first, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes, guaranteed. There's just never been a ZVZ at the professional level where they're both like, yeah, you know what, we're just going to get up to 4 bases and get maxed out, and then we'll try to kill each other maybe. No, there's always some kind of an attack. Whether it's a ton of roaches, whether there are a bunch of speedlings, right, a speed baneling style attack in the future, you just always have to watch that production tab. This baneling nest timing feels to me like defensive banelings, not offensive banelings, but we'll keep an eye on it nevertheless. But yeah, you watch the production tab to see, okay, so Scarlett, she just threw up 87 lings. She's going for an attack, and that's it. Like, we can see it, but the other player cannot. You just have to read the scout, see what's going on, have overlords in positions where you can see giant streams of lings flooding across the map trying to kill you. Right now, it's 4 lings to 2 lings. This is a Scarlett, just going to poke at Cham's third base here a little bit, and then get chased away by 2 additional lings, but aha! Do you want to get in there with 4 lings? I mean, speed is further along than it is for Cham. That's kind of fun, but 4 lings are out here too. 6 lings now for Cham. So third base is fine. It's getting chomped on a little bit, but really, no big concerns here. Speed is now done for Scarlett's lings, which means you can fight against slow lings a little more effectively. You can pick off smaller groups of enemy lings that are slow, but speed just finished for Cham too, so never mind, that plan is over. Third base for Scarlett and a pop hasn't lost any HP there, that's for sure. 4 banelings, 2 banelings on the way. Okay, 4 banelings here from Cham, which Scarlett's Overlord does see. And again, the Overlords out on the middle of the map, they can't be killed unless there's a Spire. So actually, Cham here, wow, went up to 19 lings during all of that chaos and is going to try to bust down this third base. Doesn't quite necessarily like what he sees here. Just going to take a lot of HP off of it. And, baneling from Scarlett connects on Cham's banes, but it takes 2 connections to kill it. So, all is well there. So, both players sitting on injured third bases. Scarlett actually has lost more HP because there were more lings attacking her hatchery than at Cham's. So, all good. Roach Warren coming in here. Is he going to wall off? I mean, you can't really wall off if you have a third. Like, if you're trying to go for... if you're trying to go for a 2-base roach thing, sure, you can wall off your front. But if you have a 3-base roach thing, you can't just sacrifice your third base by being like, oh, a million lings showed up. Oh, I'm walled off. You can't get through here, but my third base is just sacked. So, yeah, this is just Ling Bane Micro. My least favorite thing to do in all of StarCraft 2 is try to handle Ling Bane Micro. It's tough. Everything's moving so fast. One misclick, one slow reaction, one lag spike, and you're just going to lose you know, 27 Zerglings, and then, bah, you'll lose the game. It's always knife fight in a phone booth stuff. Phone booth? A phone booth. I believe in Finland they're called phone booths. Yeah, I don't know. They don't even have those anymore in 2023, do they? But knife fight in a phone booth, man. How many of you have been in a phone booth? I don't know. StarCraft fans are probably older than average. Asking that question on like a Fortnite channel would probably get a much different response, right? Yeah, so I think I'm mainly connected with not much of anything there. It's just, I don't know. Roach is coming across here from Cham. They don't have speed yet, nor speed being researched. But like I said, it's like a 6 minute timing attack to try to kill your opponent. You're gonna bring some roaches in. Banelings are like, we don't want to explode on roaches. That's a waste of our talents. It definitely is. That's true. The Queen's absorbing Baneling shots is good. The Baneling's wounding the roaches is good, but I don't know. Roaches trade pretty well against Queens, but guess who has her own roaches? Scarlett does now. So it's going to be a Scarlett's Queen. Ooh, focusing the Queens here. It's pretty smart. No transfuses available. I like it a lot. And, oh, extra Ling DPS. Dude, Lings and roaches together. Look at the roaches from Scarlett trying to kill these Lings, taking huge hits from the roaches from Cham here. And a Ravager's even here, too. Corrosive Bile doesn't hit anything. But Defender's advantage is here, right? Scarlet's roaches pop out much more quickly than Cham is able to get his across the other side. So, decent attack there, but like I said, nothing really problematic happened there. Both players lost about 40 Lings, about 10 roaches. A couple Queens died for Scarlett, but I mean, it's 40 to 28 army supply. Scarlett has a bigger army right now. In that roach count, it is 17 to 18 to 3 roaches. The counterattack could be brutal here, as Cham desperately trying to throw up his own roaches right now. In no upgrades whatsoever. +1 missile attack just barely got started for Scarlett, but not going to be part of this battle or probably the next one either. Corrosive Bile going to try to keep these roaches away for the time being, and actually Scarlett backs off. I don't know. It's 18 to 11. 18 roaches to 11 roaches there. Scarlett maybe got chased away by that Corrosive Bile. Maybe figured there were more roaches than that up here, because she can't see up that. No, her Overlord is perched a little bit too far away to really scout what's going on with the number of roaches that are out. Now she sees, okay, there's a good number here. More roaches on the way, more Ravagers coming in from Scarlett too. And this is a lot of what ZVZ is. You start out with Ling Bane stuff, you try to kill each other with Ling Bane. If you can't do that, you transition into roaches. And then it's a lot of Roach Ravager style stuff, right? Right it is. Is there more damage on this hatchery? No, maybe. Maybe a little bit more. Corrosive Bile's hunting Overlords. A Spire is on the way from Cham. So that's another thing we can see. If we get past that whole 7-minute mark and both players are still alive, then we might see a continued production of roaches and Ravagers. We'll see big Roach Ravager headbutts at each other, and micro and targeting and Corrosive Bile dodging and all that fun stuff. And there's a decent chance, too, that we'll see somebody go Mutalisks. And if you go Mutalisks, you pretty much win unless your opponent goes Mutas themselves, or maybe get some Vipers out, right, for Parasitic Bomb, maybe a ton of Queens, Spores. It's just in the middle of the map, your Roach Ravager group's going to die to Mass Muta, without question. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll see if Scarlett is maybe... the trick, too, though, is that if you are saving up money for Mutas, and your opponent recognizes that's what you're doing, they might show up with a big maxed Roach army and kill you as your Mutas are just making, right? And in a base race scenario, they're just not going to kill the roaches fast enough. So, however, it seems like Scarlett is more interested in getting a 4th base. I'm not sure she sniffed out this... oh, wait, hang on. Where's the Spire? It's right there. Let's see if she scouts that. Overseer. Oh, well, no, never mind. The Mutas have revealed themselves directly to the Overseer. So, immediately, Spores go down. Spores don't take that long to build. Thank goodness for that. Hydralisk then gets started here, too. Hydra is pretty good. If you can fungal the Mutas, slow them, and allow the Hydras to hit them from a distance, it's great. So this is kind of a hybrid thing, right? Cham's got a bunch of Roaches, and Cham's got a bunch of Mutas out. Intriguing. So, gonna send the Roaches up to this 4th base of Scarlett and try to kill it, while the Mutas try to snipe down this 3rd base. Corrosive Bile is gonna chase the Mutas away for the time being, but that leaves the 4th base exposed, and Scarlett, bam, over-responded to these Mutas, unfortunately. These Spore positionings are great. Not enough Mutas to burn them down. If you have enough Mutas to burn down a bunch of Spores like that, you're in a pretty good spot. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Cham overextended here too a little bit. Scarlett is stepping in here. The Mutas are going to take down the 3rd. How many Mutas are going to die for that, though? The 3rd base does go down. 4 Mutalisks get killed. That's probably a fair trade. It's like 400. It's exactly 400 minerals and 400 gas for that hatchery. But slowing down the economy of Scarlett and killing her 4th base is huge. Scarlett gets knocked down to 2 base economy, while Cham is still heavily on 3 with a 4th base just now popping and just now getting saturated. This is looking good. The window for Scarlett's ability to win this game is pretty short at the moment. Not looking particularly great. Lurker Den is on the way. Hydra Lurker Viper is the eminent... I mean, just the absolutely perfect composition for ZVZ these days. Although this is on the newest patch. Was anything changed? Vipers were changed to where they have to halt for like 3/4 of a second after casting a parasitic bomb or an abduct. So that might come into play. Hydras were changed to where they're a little bit better able to kite and better able to chase off creep. And Lurkers I don't think were changed at all. So, I don't know that Hydra Lurker Viper is any different in this current patch than it's been for the last couple of years in the patch that was previous, right? Just economically here, though, Scarlett is in a tough spot. You do not want to be here. She overextended trying to defend this 3rd base against the Mutas, sent the whole army over there, left the 4th base unprotected, and then the Mutas killed the 3rd base anyway. So, man, that 4th base gets canceled. Just too many units here from Cham. I like this guy. I like him a lot. I like little North American battles, too. They're always fun, especially with the higher ranked players, right? There's a lot of North American players that are like, not exactly anywhere on the Oligulac rankings. All right, Baneling's going to soften up these roaches, or at least try to, connecting on a couple lurkers there, too. It's absolute chaos. Nice concave here from Cham. 20 drones died. Where was that? Oh my gosh. Cham, beautiful bailing attack into the 3rd base while killing it at the 4th. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's 20 drones down. It looks like it might just straight up be a GG here. Yeah, Corrosive Biles trying to take down the Lurkers. The Lurkers do very well against Roach heavy armies, though, which is why it's not Roach Ravager as the ultimate composition in ZVZ. It is Ling Hydra Lurker. Well, Viper. I guess not so much the Lings. Hydra Lurker Viper is the one. Cham expanding up again. Scarlett has to rebuild her economy a little bit here. The income went down into Cham's favor here on this map, where down is good for him and up is bad for him and good for Scarlett. Trying to engage. I don't know. There's really not enough here from Cham to bust up this. It's 110 to 71 army supply, but the whole point, again, is that Lurkers are tough to deal with if all you have is Roaches and Ravagers. It is really annoying to deal with. That Lurker splash, the range, the extra damage versus armored units, which Roaches are. Sick. The Mutas are trying to engage in here. There's not any, I guess there's a Queen for anti-air. No Hydras, though. I don't know. Cham's up 175 to 113 supply, but the Lurkers are buying time. Another run by of Roaches right into Lurker Town. Get out of Lurker Town, says Cham, and he sends the Roaches up a couple into the natural base, a few into the main. And things are falling apart real quick here. It's the Lurkers. That's it. Scarlett is pinning all of her hopes on Lurkers to keep her alive, but the economy is just getting ravaged by Roaches, not Ravagers, as you may think. It's all Roaches here. Against some defending Ravagers for sure. I guess there are some Ravagers for Cham over here at the 3rd base. There you go. Taking down a Lurker, but at what cost? Ravagers not very tanky units. For sure, but my goodness, 55 drones have died here. Upgrades are +2 missile attack for Scarlett and +1 armor. So better upgrades, but the split here and the micro from Cham has just been superior. ZVZ is a messed up just matchup, man. Free Lurker there too. That's not good. Just a couple little things can really ruin you in this matchup. And if you're playing a lot of ZVZs at Katowice, you might drop some just for really dumb reasons, you know? For example, Cyril. Cyril in the group stages. His EVZs were horrendous. Telly needed them, and then he was able to defeat, I think he won one ZVZ in the group stage. He had a lot of Zergs in his group. Anyway, his ZVZ is not great, and that's part of the reason why he wasn't able to make it to the final of Katowice. It really is. His ZVZs need to improve. They're tough, man. But this might just be your GG. That 3rd base dies. Scarlett gets knocked down to 2 bases. The 3rd base is still alive somehow. Holy cow. There were 3 total hit points. 3. Oh, it's going to die now, though. Unless you can, hold off the advancing horde. Man, Scarlett is just holding on to a lifeline right now. You can barely see the shade of red in that HP bar. So yeah, 192, 78 total supply. Cham's up. It's over. ZVZ is not a matchup where you can really make big comebacks from terrible positions like Terran can. Zerg can in like ZVT. I mean, Terran's the obvious comeback unit, comeback race though, right? Ooh, little lurker harass. All right, Scarlett, maybe like 10 more moves like this might get her back into this game. But yeah, hit that like button if you haven't already. If you like ZVZs, the more likes I get, the more engagement I get, the more likely I am to cast more ZVZs in the future. Los futures. But yeah, if you clicked on this, thanks. I'm here, 5-6 times a week with StarCraft 2 content. A lot of Katowice stuff right now. But, okay, there you go. Blinding Cloud getting tossed down. Actually, is the delay... And that's your GG. Trying to investigate the delay here on these Vipers, if it's being visible or not. But yeah, I mean, Scarlett down 100 supplies. That wasn't going to work out in the long run. Okay, we got to watch these Vipers real quick. So, Blinding Cloud move. So Blinding Cloud, no, but look at this. Abduct and pull back. I guess it's more that the Viper is still here as the abduct finishes, whereas before you'd abduct and be able to run as the abduct was in process, right? So you'd abduct, flee, and by the time the abduct reaches the target point, you'd be over here. Whereas now you just kind of got to hang out, which leaves you more vulnerable to attacks from things like Hydras and Queens and stuff, but not many Hydras there. 3 Hydras there at the end of the game for Scarlett, and that is, woof, that is a GG. What it all came down to really was the big attack into the third base to kill it with the mutas and the force cancel of the fourth base down there on the left side by Cham. Like, that was it. It was pretty even to that point, but losing that third base and having to cancel the fourth base was just, it's not going to work. Your economy is bad. Your economy is sunk, as we can see here. Totally sunken economy in favor of Cham, not in favor of Scarlett. So yeah, Mexico prevails against Canada today. Very, very fun stuff. Total number of workers killed is 64-4. It's, again, difficult to win a game where that's the case, no matter what race you are, no matter what you're going against. Resources lost, surprising. 20,600 lost for Cham, 19,200 for Scarlett. Pretty even. But that's Cham just being like, I'm on 5 bases, do a 3-ish basing Zerg player, so I can afford to just lose more stuff to things like lurkers, right, and hiders and things, and I'm just not going to be as careful as I otherwise would be. I can win with a higher resources lost count because I have more stuff. So 119 roaches died and 9 mutas went down for Cham. 4 of those went down to kill that third base. Again, probably worth it. 2 hatcheries killed to 0 is also a pretty good metric there too. And end of the day, just not a lot left. Lurkers are good. Lurkers are not that good. Anyway, that was great. That was a truly really fun ZVZ, and that's going to be it from me. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.